Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by FanDuel. It's Monday, December 1st, 2025. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, it's Tass Bellis.
What's up, everybody?
Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Heyo!
Heyo! And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. On today's show, we're going to hit you with some NBA weekend winners and losers. But first, Tass did lose November's Pick'em battle, coming in dead last. Got off to a slow start. You were 0-10, maybe 0-11 at one point. Finished strong, if we're being honest. But because you lost November, you got to pay it off with a goatee.
Whoa!
And let's be honest, Tass looks basically identical.
Oh, yeah, I look exactly the same.
Keep it.
I've always kept a short beard to maintain my youth.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like I'm back in college here.
Okay, you're clean on the sides, though.
Yeah, I did. Listen, I left it a little bit thick right here.
Yeah.
I didn't go for it. It was a bit of a wuss move. I could have thinned it out a little bit. I could have gone my Zion Williamson.
Did you think about dyeing it?
I talked about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I talked about that with everybody I know.
Okay.
But didn't have it in me. I guess I could have. I could have gone the Guy Fieri or whatever.
That would have been cool. That would have been really cool.
But yeah, I was a little disappointed. I thought I'd have a stronger jawline. Nope, not angular. That did not happen. So here I am. But I do feel like I'm back in college. That's for sure. That was a college move for me. This is like 20 years ago. I thought I wore like a shirt that I would wear in college today. So I feel like I'm back.
Cool, man.
Not
I like that
really.
music selection, JD. I thought you might go R&B.
Well, we didn't know what we were getting when he walked through the door, so
Yeah.
R&B, evil.
Yeah. I knew he wasn't going to look
Yeah.
evil unless he
I mean,
dyed
I look
it.
the same.
Yeah.
Pretty
Look
much.
handsome as ever, my man.
I'd buy insurance for you.
Okay, so look, they don't all work out incredibly, but it was exciting when you were 0-10, 0-11, and there was talk of Trey and I having to also do a goatee if you ran the entire month without a win.
It would have been way
Shot
worse
the moon, yeah.
if it was Trey, especially.
Oh my God.
With a much more thorough beard.
Yeah.
That would have definitely been a new metal look.
Yeah, that would have been easy.
Did you get that idea? Actually, I've seen great metal videos on Instagram of Greeks playing metal. Like Greeks in metal band, like men in togas in a metal band, basically.
Well, that's my rabbit hole for the evening, I guess.
I guess I'll know what I'll be
That's
watching.
awesome.
All right, so Taz has a goatee. Doesn't look all that easy.
So Taz has a goatee.
But we had a couple wedgies to show you guys from the break. We've been gone for a little while, so we're going back to Thanksgiving Eve. And this was Malik Monk sticking the floater wedgie. That was wedgie number 16 on the season. Oh, way to pop it in there.
Nice.
Good stuff. And then this was last night. This was Sunday. Another Kings player, Keegan Murray, going for the dunk. Zach Edey, I think, got a piece of it. Didn't go into the play-by-play as a block, though, or into the box score. So it's Keegan Murray's dunk attempt wedgie, and we're up to 17 on the season.
Yeah, for podcast listeners, I would just want to paint the picture of Keegan Murray gets blocked, falls to the ground, lying on the ground, and then he has to look up at a wedgie. He's just like staring at it. That's awful.
What's incredible right now, too, the Sacramento Kings have 5 wedgies this season.
Wow.
Sacramento Kings have 5 wins this season.
Wow.
Same amount of wedgies as wins. And they have 5 different guys that have had a wedgie, too. This is crazy. So they are carrying our wedgie number right now. What's 5 of 17? Pretty good percentage of the wedgies are
30-something percent.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, let's get into weekend winners. We'll do losers later. Let's hear from you guys in the stream team right now, your weekend winners and losers. I'll get us started here today because I want to go back to Friday night. Tangible Cup intensity is a winner of the weekend. We had 4 teams that were victorious Friday night, claimed group stage wins, and advanced to the knockout rounds. In the East, the Magic defeated the Pistons behind a big game from Desmond Bane. They took Group B. The Knicks also advanced to the knockout stage with a win over the Bucks. The Heat advanced as a wildcard team from the East with a 3-1 record. In the West, Thunder came out of Group A thanks to a tight win over the Suns. Spurs got a huge 139-136 road win over the Nuggets to take the group of death and then the wild card spot claimed by Phoenix because of a plus 31 point differential. So that's the bracket right there. Here's the schedule. We don't play these games until next week, Tuesday, December 9th and Wednesday, December 10th. So we have the East top seed Orlando. They're going to host Miami, and then New York will visit Toronto. Following day, OKC hosting Phoenix. So they play again here, which was very funny. If you saw the clip of SGA and J-Dub finding out about that, they were like, what? What do you mean? Anyway, followed by San Antonio playing in LA versus the Lakers. Good games on Friday night, Tat. Did you have a favorite of the bunch?
I gotta go Mavs Lakers, considering it was an Amazon broadcast game.
Bucks Lakers. Sorry, my bad. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're right. I was thinking one of the games that got somebody through, but yes, Mavs Lakers continue.
We're talking about Luka versus the Mavs here as a big game. It's Amazon. Everyone's talking about it. Luka basically said prior to this game, after his last NBA Cup game, saying, I slip on these courts. So the Lakers literally had to remove the court because of that, because their superstar was doing that. He comes out, he throws an alley-oop to LeBron. I mean, that looked phenomenal. Austin Reeves was dancing with Klay Thompson. That was phenomenal. Cooper Flagg with his midi game, which we'll get to as a winner because he looked awesome. But this was a close game down to the wire. Anthony Davis with a big block. Lakers go on to win it, but I just thought that as a whole, considering Amazon Prime is more of the NBA Cup feature broadcaster, and they have made it more of a thing this year, they hit back-to-back homers. Knicks, Bucks, and then this one, Mavs Lakers. Yeah, I think that was the one that stood out to me the most. You got to go with that.
You surprised me with that pick because the Lakers were already moving on to the knockout stage, so I thought you'd take one of the other ones.
That's freaking Luka.
No, you're right.
Versus the Mavs, and it turned out to be a decent game.
And you had the cup drama, the cup court drama that you had pointed out last week.
He has complained
I know.
about slippery since the start of the NBA Cup. Since the inception in 2023, back-to-back jams. Then they take off the court to say, this superstar, he needs to have a court he doesn't slip on.
So are they going to have the court fixed by next Wednesday when they host the Spurs? That's the question. Are they going to have
Grip it up?
I don't know, yeah.
Sand it?
Or they're just going to play on their normal court.
Interesting. I bet they'll probably play on their normal court.
It is interesting. It's all about Luka, right? Because have other guys really been complaining? I noted Jalen Brown has done it once in the 3 years, but other than that, there hasn't been many. I don't know if there's been any other ones, really. Luka says other guys are slipping. It's
so
not
you're
just
saying
me.
It's more likely it's Luka's shoes than it is the slippery court.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Makes you think. Okay, what about you? Favorite game for Friday night?
Well, like Tass, I was a good consumer. Just watching these Amazon Prime goods all day. I didn't take in the Skins game, but I did see the Bears beat the Eagles straight into the NBA Cup action. It was great. The other game I would throw in the mix, Thunder Suns, I thought was really awesome. Just because we're actually seeing the Thunder play in close games in the fourth quarter. You can even throw in, if you want to, their game on Wednesday against the Timberwolves, another game where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander actually had to play in the fourth quarter. Suns weren't ultimately able to pull off the comeback, but they made it close, and, you know, the Suns recently hadn't had very many wins against 500 teams, but they're a scrappy team. They play hard. They've given everybody fits, and I thought it was interesting to see them play such a close game against each other, and then they're going to have to throw down again. Yeah. Pretty exciting. Weird how the matchups work out for some of this stuff, like the Knicks and the Raptors are going to have to play again after just playing again over this weekend. It's like we can't show all of our cards and reveal our cup strategies. But yeah, I thought the Thunder actually having to go out and win some games in the fourth quarter in both of their cup matchups over the weekend was pretty sweet.
So there are 8 teams obviously left with a chance to win the cup. I want to get your opinion on who do you have winning? Is the obvious answer just run with the Thunder because they are the favorites on FanDuel, minus 130 when I checked. Then Lakers plus 550, Magic plus 700, Knicks plus 750. Then it goes Raptors, Heat, Spurs, the Suns. Long shots to win the cup. I mean, they got to get by OKC, of course, first, plus 6,000. But who would you pick to win this thing? Year 3 of the cup.
I think it's going to be Knicks Thunder in the final. The Knicks are talking about this a lot. They have noted that they respect the cup. I mean, they got so many guys talking about it. I will take OKC, though, considering they've lost 1 game so far this season. The Blazers couldn't take them out twice. They beat them once. They couldn't take them out on Sunday. And the Thunder have something to play for. They got to the final last year. They lost. So there's that.
Okay.
If it gives them a little bit of motivation, and maybe, as Trey said, these close games that they've played in recently helps a little to some degree. At least they're playing for something because, yeah, they've been spanking everybody, and now they've had some close games too.
Okay, taking the Thunder, the favorites. Are you back in OKC, or are you swerving here?
I'm swerving. Give me
Okay.
the Lakers. Like you said, second favorite
Lakers.
on FanDuel, plus 550. They just got LeBron back, and Hartenstein's going to be out, I assume, for a cup matchup, assuming that both the Lakers and the Thunder get through in their first round matchups. I would think the Thunder, they should be the favorites.
Yeah.
You know, they're 20-1. They can lose in the cup final once again. It doesn't even matter. Their beautiful record this year. But give me the Lakers. They're clicking right now. That game on Friday was super impressive. Integrating LeBron has been very, very smooth. No surprise. This will be a huge step up in competition for the Lakers should they end up meeting the Thunder in round 2 of cup action. But I like the way they've been playing, and it's only one game. Like, if they played in a series, for sure everybody would take the Thunder. It's
Yeah.
going to be tough to beat them 4 out of 7 times, but beating them once,
Yeah.
you just need to have one great game.
Great point.
And Luka and Reeves have been playing awesome together the entire year. Now they got LeBron back as well.
Do you think players are caring more about the cup than they have in years prior? Equal amounts of care, less care. Like, as I saw this sort of discourse going around, obviously the social media channels on Friday night, when a lot of those games were good, and like it was a lot of like stakes were in play to advance or win your group and move on. And like obviously the Pistons Magic game was great, came down to the wire. Do you buy that? Do you believe it? Is this working? I guess.
I think so. I think the players know more about the NBA Cup because they're making this more of a production, not just the Amazon TV deal, and you have as a broadcaster the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals, because literally I can't remember if the same broadcaster had the quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals last year. This year it is more of a thing. Going into Friday's broadcast, it was Taylor Rooks and 4 somewhat recent NBA players right beside her, and Nash, Dirk, Blake, and Udonis Haslem. It's more of a thing. In arena, they talk about it more. This game is on Amazon. This game is on NBC. You can hear the in-arena announcers talking about that, so everybody knows that these games are like that. And as I said, players are talking about it more.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's more of a thing. I think they've made this more of an event, and that was part of the whole TV deal. Let's focus on this. So yeah,
Were any of those guys still around when the cup started? Haslam, maybe? Like, maybe
Haslam.
his last year was the first year of the cup?
Yeah, maybe.
technically
Exactly
yes,
when
yeah.
he said
Guess he
goodbye.
was
He was,
I
yeah.
wonder if he ever set foot in a cup game. I wonder if he ever felt the pressure from inside the arena.
Did they ask him a question on the Amazon broadcast? I don't know. But did they say, hey, what does it feel like playing in the NBA Cup? I don't know. But he was active. But yeah, the Heat didn't get too far anyway.
Yeah. Well, everybody loves money. So
Yeah.
that's why they're fired
Even
up
rich
about
people.
it. Yeah, even rich people. Josh Hart apparently just got robbed. So this guy really cares about
Yeah.
the cup right
Oh.
now. And you hear in post-game interviews with all the players, they always bring it up. And it's always about the money.
Yeah.
Even Devin Booker, he's like, I'm making $75 million. But not everybody's making $75 million. This means a lot to Nigel Hayes Davis.
Sure.
So I think as long as they keep the financial incentive, people are going to care. And Amazon paid a pretty penny to get this.
Yeah.
They should raise the purse. That's how you keep them interested.
Yeah, I do love when they show the bench in these close games with, it's on the line. It's those guys at the end of the bench are more into these games than your normal mid-November, late November games, without a doubt, because there's a lot of money on the line. You can win a ton if you're not making as much as obviously Devin Booker is making 70 plus billion. A little different to him. I'm sure it goes to, I don't know, maybe he gives it away or something like that. I'm not watching your pocketbook, don't worry. But I assume there's a lot of like sharing with the rest of the team, like the organization, ball boys, equipment managers of that nature. Maybe I'm wrong. And then final thing here on the cup, Josh Hart, you brought him up. He had a little twist to maybe raise the stakes even a little bit more when it comes to the cup. The winner of the whole thing. He thinks you should get an advantage in the regular season standings. Quote, this is Josh Hart. I think whoever's the winner gets a half game. You get to the championship game, you get a half game if you win. If you lose the championship, it doesn't go against your record. Now you have that half game, so you have the tiebreaker, and it legitimizes that NBA Cup just a little bit more. End quote. thoughts on Josh Hart's idea here? Really, like, don't worry about the half game. I don't think you need to do that in the standings. It's just like you would get a tiebreaker in any situation if you win the cup. Your thoughts?
I was buying into it. The only weird part is the number one tiebreaker is head-to-head. So let's say the Knicks played the Philadelphia 76ers. They come to the same record at the end of the year, but they played 4 times, and the Sixers are 4-0 against the Knicks. Somehow you get a half game above them. That part is a little weird, but I kind of buy into what Josh Hart is saying.
Right, because it's not very drastic is what he's suggesting. So it's
that's it.
a little bit of something that could get you, I guess, from a play-in into the playoffs or a seed higher or whatever.
Yeah, which could be big.
I don't mind it.
You go from second seed to first seed, maybe. You
get the cup tiebreaker rule advantage, I guess. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would be furious if I was the 10th seed and a team got lucky and won the cup in December, and then they bounced me for the rest of the season.
Well,
I would kind of
Dems
be
the
furious
breaks,
about
I guess.
yeah, unless your player happened to be hurt during the one game that mattered.
Yeah, yeah.
But sure, whatever. Literally whatever. I feel like try anything for the NBA Cup.
Yeah, I think this is, if you're going to add something, this was a better idea than I saw floating around of like, if you win the cup, it like basically bumps you up a tier. Like if you win the cup, you automatically get home court advantage.
No way.
If you're a postseason team, or you automatically, if you're a play-in team, get a home game. Yeah, I'm with you, Trey. I was like, that's, to me, that's too extreme. This I don't mind.
Sure.
A tiebreaker, a little incentive, I guess.
Or a draft pick people have thrown out there.
I don't think that's incentivizing, actually. Because
So, for the actual
if I'm
players.
Nigel Hayes Davis,
Yeah.
why do I care
Yeah.
that they're going to draft somebody to replace me?
Yeah, I agree with that.
This is all based around Nigel Hayes Davis. To me. It's like, how does he feel about the cup? I think he respects it.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so
I
too.
thought we'd say his name more this season, and I didn't know it would happen today when it comes to NBA
today.
Cup. Yeah.
But anyway, we got 8. Like, I think it's going to be very difficult for the Suns to win this thing because everybody's got to beat OKC here.
Yeah.
But I do look at the board and go, like Trey said, it's one and done to advance. Could you sort of talk yourself into 6 or 7 of these teams winning, like just going on a little magical run? I think so. These are all pretty damn good teams, is my point here. There was no team that like was really been garbage this year that just like for whatever reason did well in their group and got through. So I like
for
that.
sure.
I like that part. All right, let's keep it going. That's enough cup talk for now. We'll get more into that next week. Trey, another winner of the weekend.
Jalen Johnson, big time winner of the weekend. 2 huge games in 2 Hawks wins for JJ. He doesn't have a nickname, huh?
No.
Jalen Johnson. Fun to say his full name. Triple-double on Friday against Cleveland. Went for 29, 12, and 12 assists. Found Zach Ricochet, Nickeil Alexander-Walker for back-to-back threes late in this one. That was pretty sweet. Also on Sunday, a career-high 41 points for Jalen Johnson. A little bit aided by it being a 2 overtime game. He did score 12 points in the overtime periods, but also added 14 rebounds, 7 assists in the win over Philadelphia. Hawks were up 8 with 46 seconds left, and I thought we were going to see a team blow an 8-point lead and lose. Like we just saw, who was it? Suns versus Timberwolves, like hadn't happened in 3,000 games. It did happen. Hawks gave back the 8 points, but Jalen saved them in the overtime periods, had 5 in the first overtime, including a couple of clutch free throws to tie the game, sent it in double OT where he scored 7, hit 2 big threes, but added a dish to Dyson Daniels underneath for basically the dagger layup. In 15 games without Trae Young, Jalen Johnson's at 24 points a game, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, 53 from the field, 48 from 3. Dude's awesome in transition. We know that. He's getting a dunk, a big-time dunk every single game. He's so big and strong. It's like LeBron running the break. He's a pretty solid passer, I think, when he's on the move as well. But it really feels like the game has slowed down for him in the half court. He's very patient getting to his spots, and he's become a really good passer, particularly in traffic. Like, I think the dish to Daniels is kind of indicative of the way he's been playing. Like, he draws a crowd. He gets in the lane and is strong enough with the ball to hang on to it and find a cutter. Daniels has really benefited, I think, playing as the number 2 guy outside of Jalen Johnson. Just because with Trae Young, it's like dribble, probe, find a shooter. Daniels is hitting these cuts with Johnson all the time, and it's been really, really impressive. Hawks have gone 10-5 without Trae Young. We just found out that they're going to be reevaluating him in 2 more weeks. So we get to see a little bit more Jalen Johnson, which I think is pretty nice for the Hawks. He's definitely an all-star right now, and I think a big part of what's going on is that he's actually been able to stay on the court for a nice stretch of games here. We've seen him show flashes of potential. He was a near all-star last year, but now that he's staying healthy after a little bout earlier in the season, he's putting it all together and becoming more than just an athlete. Like, he's a really, really solid basketball player.
Yeah.
It is absolutely slowed down for him. You can see it. Even the play that drew him those key free throws in overtime was a slowdown and a pump fake on Dominic Barlow. And he got him. Mm-hmm. He got him. And as he went to the free throw line, Nick Nurse tried to ice him. He called the timeout. Jalen Johnson goes to the free throw line. No problem. Doesn't even think about it. Bang, bang. Then he hits a big shot in the second overtime. It was a 3. And he was talking smack right to the Sixers bench. I don't think it was to Nick Nurse, but it was right to the Sixers bench. And yeah, you could see he's got all the confidence in the world to slow down, whether it's at the free throw line, whether it's doing that type of thing. Yeah, that's why he looks better, because we know in the transition he's fantastic. But if the game is slowing down for him, like it definitely is, it has changed with Trae Young out, because he's had more responsibility, and it has been a stretch here where he's had the ball in his hands way more for a good stretch. The whole injury thing is a freaking real deal with this guy, unfortunately, because that's a factor. But this team looks different. They could have been a winner of the weekend. Keil Alexander-Walker was freaking awesome in both their games. It was fun. That Friday, I didn't mention that Friday game against the Cavs. That was just fun in general. That was a great NBA Cup game. DeAndre Hunter back in Atlanta for the first time, got a big dunk on Mo Gay. They gave him a tribute video. And then he was like, watching him on the bench, I don't think he liked it. I don't think he liked the tribute video at all. He's like, yeah, I played 5.5 years here. I stunk. No, he didn't think that. But I really wonder, what was he thinking? Anyway, the Hawks look fantastic. Jalen Johnson looks fantastic.
Back to that Sixers-Hawks game. There's some weird officiating mistakes, I guess, let's call them, in that one. End of regulation, the officials didn't give Nick Nurse his timeout request. He was going crazy on the sidelines trying to get a timeout with like 2 or 3 seconds left, but Paul George ended up just chucking a heave that obviously didn't go down at the fourth quarter buzzer. So they were upset about that. And then you brought it up already, trying to ice Jalen Johnson in the first overtime at the line, but the officials thought Nick Nurse was challenging the call.
Yeah.
So they go replay the review, and it's like later determined that it is an accidental review. It's like Nick Nurse didn't ask for it. So James Capers post game has to tell like the pool reporter, yeah, there was a miscommunication amongst the officials. We thought when Nurse called the timeout that he wanted to challenge the play. I bring all this up because the accidental review initially changed the time to 1.1 seconds left on the clock. It was going to be left on the clock, so maybe something you could do with that. But because it wasn't an actual challenge, it went back to the 0.3. And then so they're sort of upset about that. It was not great work there, I thought, from James Capers and his crew.
Are you trying to pull James?
Yeah. So, yeah. But anyway, the Hawks pulled it out.
That took forever.
Oh, my God.
Yes, it did. Oh, yeah, it did.
And I
it was
won.
like a 5-hour game, it felt like.
I truly can't believe
I'll check
at
how
this
long
point,
it was.
the easiest way to help, like, not fix the NBA. The NBA is great. We are getting great games. But, like, the first thing Silver should do, and we are a goddamn broken record on this show, or at least I am specifically, like, obviously cut back on these reviews, cut back on the amount of timeouts teams can call down the stretch. Like, I can't stand when, like, you're allowed to call back-to-back timeouts because you can't inbound a ball. Like, these games just take forever sometimes. Forever. And it's like, this should be the most exciting part of a game. And it turns into the worst. And they could so easily speed it up a little bit. So anyway,
it was 3 hours.
I just hate it so much, but we watch a lot of basketball. So
yeah. It was 3 hours and 3 minutes in total.
Well, I guess double overtime, but
still. I guess, yeah. But we do watch a lot of basketball. So I was wondering, as they're going to do the review and they're flipping between 0.3 seconds and 1.1 seconds, I thought I was going nuts. I thought I was getting it wrong.
Right.
It is too much. And I thought maybe that helps out the 76ers. Yeah, they didn't try and challenge it, but they reviewed it, so they just gave more minutes for Jalen Johnson to sit there and hang out before he hit free throws. And I thought maybe that iced him, maybe, but no,
bang,
he was good.
You're right. That's what he definitely looked over at the bench. He was like, "Yeah, you ain't
he
getting
looked
me."
after both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, he was wide open on both of them, so surely they were trying to heckle him.
Yeah.
You can't make this wide open shot. No, he made them both. Pure swishes, I think, on both of them. Joel Embiid played.
He did.
Paul George played.
Yeah, and
I
Maxey.
think it's the first time they all played together.
is.
Embiid looked pretty good on offense and slow on defense. This guy gave up a lot of offensive rebounds. Mo Gay was running wild when Embiid was matched up on him, but at least he was back.
Yeah, it was funny to see him sit the second overtime because he played too many minutes. You got to sit now in the most important part of the game. You sit. But Paul George, even though he didn't have an incredible game, did come through with a huge offensive rebound for the Maxey three to tie it. So, yeah, the Sixers come through at the end of games. I guess they do it when their back is against the wall. You know, like they're fourth quarter team. That's who they are.
And Maxey ended up playing 52 minutes
Oh, nice.
in this one, so he should be back over 40 minutes per game, I would think, or at least very
40.7. There we go.
There you go. So I haven't had that in a long time. TK had a short on that recently. So he's back over 40.
You think Monte Ellis is watching? Checking the minutes logs every night?
He's like so pissed it goes to overtime. He's like, oh, God damn it.
You know he's not coming out. You know what Maxey's great at is driving on the left side of the lane and then somehow slicing back and finishing with his right hand. He did it 100 times against the Hawks.
Yeah.
There's like a tiny little gap and he fits through there.
It
Must be able to jump fares very well at the subway. Just like, dive right in.
Or I don't
just
know
get around the turnstile.
Yeah.
No problem.
You know what he'd be great at? Was it a Korean thing or a Japanese thing? It was going around for a long time. Like they hold up like a shape of a human that like a person has to like on a conveyor belt go through.
Yes,
Maxey
he would.
cook at that. Also, he's good at. He was a dog trader. You see that at the
I did
Westminster
see that.
Dog
Yeah,
Show?
yeah.
He did a couple
He's a
laps.
great guy.
Fascinating.
Put him on every show. And the NBA.
All right, Tass, winner of the weekend. Where do you want to go?
Well, Giannis Antetokounmpo is a winner. He returned against the Knicks. No big deal. Dropped 30, 15, and 8 on Friday. And then against the Brooklyn Nets, 29 points in just 19 minutes. And that got him to 21,000 points. He is the 6th youngest player in NBA history to reach 21,000 points. And he wants to be the all-time leading scorer.
I don't think that's happening.
was.
This is a sweet note.
It was a great interview after the game. He was asked about it. He knew immediately who the first 5 are. He named all of them: Wilt, MJ, Kobe, Durant. No big deal. And LeBron, yeah, of course, that's the guy I'm trying to reach. And he wants it. He said that is a goal of his, and it's not 6, 7, 8 years, as he said. It's 4, 5. And then he went back to that and he goes like 4.5, just throwing the numbers. Now, when you look at it, I mean, that would have to be a ridiculous.
He has to average like 50 per game, doesn't he?
He would have to average 52 over 5 years to do it, and that's 82 games. Okay, that's impossible.
Do it.
This is a man who's been in the league now 13 plus years. So just, theoretically, it just can't happen. To do it, he'd have to play for another 11 years, average about 29 points per game. So he'd be about 42, and that's only 67 games. So 67 games per season.
Oh,
So
okay.
is
So he's
that
getting some time off.
Yeah, that's not ridiculous. Well, CBS's Jasmine Wimbish, she did the math. I ain't doing the math. So we're talking about a guy who said I'm going to do it in 4 or 5 years. Logically, the amount of games he's playing per year, it would be 11 seasons, 11 years or so for a man who's about to turn 32. Or no, hold on. I always get this wrong. My man on December 6th. I know the guy's birthday. It's 5 days from now. But how old is he turning? I think he's just turning 31. So he'll be 42 when all is said and done. If he were
He
to
will
get
not
there.
be in the league.
Well, there was the talk about him going to Europe in between. Or, to end his career, I should say. Not in between. Well, if he's going to do it.
All right, I'm going to be back.
In between him, getting to LeBron's 42,000, but it ain't going to happen. Unless he wants to, I guess. I mean, unless he's got these legs that'll keep him into the 40s.
You want to take the bet? I'll take the bet right now. Goatee on the line. Giannis is not becoming the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. I'm very confident in that.
It's unlikely. Okay. It's very unlikely, yeah. He'd have to play too many games. But somehow it's a goal of his, all of a sudden.
Yeah,
He
that's
scores a lot. Yeah,
He does.
he's dominated. Like if he gets to go up against Danny Wolf for the
then
next
maybe,
11 years, he
then
might be
maybe.
able to do it.
If he plays Danny Wolf every night for the next 11 seasons, then maybe he gets there. Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I think of him as so young when he came into the league. He came into the starters. We measured him. Cass was talking to him. He was down for whatever. That's how you could tell he was really young. And he still got a late start compared to LeBron. He was still a year older than LeBron.
Wow. puts it in context.
Yeah.
Wow, Jesus.
Yeah, and he wasn't a great scorer to start. Obviously,
no.
he wasn't himself.
But he respects the cup. He did come back for that cup game.
He did come back.
Even though they lost.
Even though they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the Jalen Brunson showing that the Knicks were going to be the number 1 seed in the East, and he's going to get some MVP votes. Knicks are starting to look like the Knicks.
So,
Anyway.
the incredible Darvin Ham, Torian Prince, cup run.
It's over.
It's dead. They had lost a game prior to, but that is dead.
Yeah, Giannis to get to 21,000 points in his career is freaking incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
Just that. That's why zoom out. He ain't getting to LeBron's 42,000, but what he has become is an incredible feat for him.
Yeah. All right. One more round.
Well, he's gonna play another 11 years. It's fine. We can talk about if he'll get to 30,000 points eventually. I assume he will.
Okay.
Yeah, without twos, pretty impressive. Excuse me, without many threes, it's pretty impressive for a modern day player too. What he's doing, he's about 29 fewer threes than MJ hit for his career, so he'll pass MJ. But
Oh, wow. Yeah. Another round of winners. Let's go back to you, Trey.
Cooper Flagg gets a winner of the weekend for me. Scored 35 on Saturday against the Clippers, becoming the youngest player in league history to score 35 or more in a game unseating. You guessed it, LeBron James.
Right.
He's the youngest guy since LeBron James for literally every single thing he does right now, because he should still be in college.
Yeah.
Cooper Flagg should. Reclassified. Went 13 of 22 from the field, 9 of 11 from the free throw line, made a bunch of free throws late to ice the game for Dallas on a night when they were very, very short-handed. PJ Washington landed on a basketball in pregame warmups. Looks disgusting.
Yeah.
But I thought this was pretty impressive from Koopaloop. Really aggressive, looking for his shot. I thought he was super smart the way he was attacking mismatches. They would run some sort of screen for him because he was pretty much playing point guard, was bringing the ball up the court for the Mavericks in this one. And if Chris Paul switched onto him, get to a spot, shoot over the top. If it was Harden, use his quickness and get into the lane, get to the rim. A lot of times it was John Collins, and he would just test his lateral movement. Collins couldn't hang with him. Easy mid-range jumpers for Cooper Flagg. Also had a monster dunk on Zubats after a pick and roll. Kind of froze Zubats, goes up, jams it on him. Two-handed.
That was huge.
That was awesome. Great stuff from Cooper. Especially impressive because this came on the second night of a back-to-back for him, and he's really struggled so far in his career on the second night of back-to-backs. He was like 10 points per game in these second nights, even though he's one of the youngest dudes out there. On Friday, he had 11 assists. That's nice. It's a career high for him so far, but you heard Candace and Dwayne Wade on the broadcast the entire time saying, be more aggressive, be more aggressive, be more aggressive. Felt like too many possessions were ending with PJ Washington with the ball in his hands. I'm like, you guys can play very similar styles of basketball. How is this not Cooper that's doing the majority of the scoring? But he came out on Saturday. Mavs needed a win, and he put the team on his back. Super impressive. First 10 games of the season for Cooper Flagg, 14 points a game on 41% shooting. Next 10 games, he's played 20 so far, 19 points per game on 51% shooting. If he starts making three-pointers, he'll be at like 25 points per game. He's figured out how to play. He's really settled into the NBA, and now he looks like he knows what he's doing and not just kind of freelancing out there.
Yeah, I love the way he gets into his mid-range and creates space with his body and is just comfortable shooting over most guys because he's so big.
Yeah.
And he slows things down. So, yeah, he's getting better, and he gets better as games go on at times. He plays better fourth quarters. He plays a lot of minutes. So, yeah, he's going to be the leading scorer. He's going to pass that Knipple. He's going to give that Knipple a purple Knurple or whatever to pass him. Yeah, that'll happen.
Who do you have for another winner?
I got to piggyback Cooper Flagg and say Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson had a Thanksgiving weekend on and off the court. On the court, they don't beat the Clippers without Klay. He was monstrous in that fourth quarter. He had 17 points. He played all 12 minutes, and we had a flashback of Klay Thompson. He started it by a dribble handoff three, then a cut, then a shot over Batum in the mid-range. All right, so he hits a few shots. And then they decided, all right, we got to put somebody on him to get a little bit more physical with him. They put Chris Dunn on him. Didn't matter. He hit 3 threes in about 3 minutes to ice that game. Bang, bang, bang. Fourth quarter, here comes Klay. He had all 23 points in the second half against that Clipper team. And off the court, he had the best weekend. Megan Thee Stallion, his girlfriend, said before Thanksgiving dinner, I'm really fine to cook for my man and his whole family. I got to show them I really love they son. And then Klay said after the dinner, he said, so good, flawless. It is the best thing I have ever tasted. Even his dad, former NBA player, Michael Thompson, said, the Thanksgiving dinner was the best Thanksgiving food I've ever eaten. Megan the Stallion should be Megan the Chef. That's how good the food was. It was unbelievable. And Klay also unveiled a boat devoted to his girlfriend called the SS Stallion.
Wow, that was a lot. That was amazing.
Yeah.
The SS Stallion.
Yep.
Didn't he also say he was like questionable for this game against the Clippers because he was sick?
Because he ate too much.
Yeah, I guess so, maybe.
Well,
Like
he played in a back-to-back.
Yeah, well, I know he said he went for a swim in the ocean and decided he was going to play.
What?
The guy's awesome. He started in the third quarter, too. Like, he had back-to-back threes and then carried it into the fourth and just had Batum completely guessing.
Yeah.
I did like to see Megan the Stallion making a roux for her mac and cheese. You got to make a bechamel sauce. Everybody knows that.
Interesting. I'm going to check that out.
Wait. Was the joke, though, she wasn't really making anything and it was like catered?
Oh, she was cooking it.
But
And
then
some
she-
people helped. There's videos of her on the stove
the entire
stirring
team
some
helping.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm sure she did make some things, though. I thought it was part of the damn joke, though. Is like this entire like team coming in to help make a Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I saw her stirring
Yeah.
her roux. It was looking good. It was sticking to the
All
pan.
right, hey,
She was
look.
stirring. She wasn't wearing anything super fancy while she was stirring, so it made me believe that she was
she's in the
actually
kitchen all
cooking.
day. Well, Klay had a great weekend then.
Yes.
You did.
Making food for somebody is one of the greatest ways to show your love for them.
Absolutely. All right, I have some other winners of the weekend. I have two. We'll start with the Charlotte Hornets because they ended a 7-game losing streak with 2 wins over the weekend. So let's show them some love. They beat the Bulls 123-116 on Friday night. And then they followed it up with an overtime win against our Raptors on Saturday. They beat the no-dunks teams over the weekend. I thought, that comeback versus the Raptors on Saturday was pretty impressive. Miles Bridges had a monster game, but Knipple scored 20, hit the game-tying 3 in the corner. I don't know what Brandon Ingram was doing there. He backed up a little too much. Should have had a hand up. Knipple banged it home. I thought Colin Sexton, he's been awesome for them off the bench in these 2 games. James playing hard. Diabate is all hustle. And it was like, you had fans like basically screaming at Charles Lee to put LaMelo Ball back in the game in the fourth quarter on Saturday, but he kept the star on the bench. Now, there's a minutes restriction going on with back-to-backs there and LaMelo coming back and all that. But he was also like, I'm running with the guys that got me here. I'm running with these guys, even into the overtime period. And rightfully so. These guys are playing hard. And, not only did they snap that losing streak, like I said, they got two wins in a row, and they got that
win
crazy
streak.
City Edition court.
Looks good.
The blue, and then their jerseys are like a completely different color. Yeah, it did look sharp.
It does look good.
Big time shot from Knipple. Hand down, man down for Brandon Miller.
Yep.
Catches it, pumps fakes.
For Ingram.
Miller does nothing. Yeah. Brandon Miller, Brandon Ingram.
He had a rough
Similar
game,
guys.
too.
Yeah, 1 for 13, Brandon Miller. He's got the Michael Porter Jr. shoulder right now.
Yeah.
That thing is taped up. But a big time shot for Knipple. That was really great. The guy has hit at least 2 clutch threes this season. Very confident taking it with a K.
So LaMelo doesn't play the last 8.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. Doesn't play overtime.
Yep.
Playing in a back-to-back, which he played 29 minutes the night before, then 22 minutes that game. What's his minutes restriction on a second night of a back-to-back? I don't
I'm
buy
telling
that.
you, there's like a little bit of like, minutes restriction, but also, let's go with these guys that are playing much, much harder. Yeah.
Sexton,
It's a little bit of both.
Sexton helps them win that game. There's no doubt.
Yeah, he has been really good over this weekend.
Where's my man RJ Barrett? We need him. The Raps need him.
Yeah, they do. Also, winner of the weekend, Josh Hart. You guys already brought up that he got robbed. That's not great. I guess $185,000 in watches and maybe some jewelry from a Manhattan hotel back in September. So he definitely wants to advance into the cup, get that money back, maybe replace some of that jewelry. Hopefully it was insured though. But he was awesome in 2 wins over the weekend for the Knicks. They beat the Bucks in that cup game. They beat the Raptors on Sunday. He's averaging over the weekend 19.5 points per game, 13.5 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 2 threes, and he shot 54%. And he is just like, he takes over games. Like he's absolutely everywhere. He's one of my favorite players to watch because just the impact he has on a winning basketball team. It's pretty infectious, I think, to that squad. So good stuff from Josh Hart. Mm-hmm. Not great, whoever stole his jewelry, but he'll get it back. He took it in stride.
He'll get it back.
Yeah.
I don't know if he put it in the safe in the hotel. I'm not sure. Did he leave it out? I don't know.
A lot of questions surrounding this.
Right.
They're looking their best. They're looking like the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Knicks.
I think so. Yeah. Just quick shout out for the Memphis Grizzlies. This team started their road trip with 3 straight wins.
Yeah,
What?
baby.
Zach Edey.
Zach Edey's a winner of the weekend, I think. Him versus Zubats was just awesome to see. He was like making Zubats look small.
Yeah.
I think Edey's bigger. Like he looks bigger and stronger. Which is interesting. He didn't have a huge game against Zubats. I think he went for 4 points, but he had 19 boards and gave Zubats fits, and then he just dominated the little guys on Sacramento. Precious and Maxine were not able to handle the big boy grilling on the roof. 32, 17, 5 blocks for Edey. Went 16 of 20 from the field. Took 1 free throw. Foul him, maybe.
Yeah.
Literally foul him, bro.
Ethical hoops right there. Holy
He was
moly.
just catching the ball next to the rim and just turning and shooting. They're like, oh, was he traveling? Roll it back. No, just beautiful footwork from this giant man.
That's his first 30-point game in the
think
NBA,
so,
right?
yeah.
We saw that in college a lot, but first one in the NBA. Yeah, a definite winner of the weekend. Anyone else you want to slip in there? There's a lot. That's good.
I just want to shout out Jay Huff, who scored the 14 straight points of the Pacers against Chicago Bulls. And that was all the points he scored. 14, done. You know, we'll get to the Bulls as a loser, but it is funny. They left him open. Splash those threes, my man. And he hit 4 threes. Literally, the first 14 points for a team. It's rare.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe guard him. Yeah. Okay, that's our winners. We'll take a very quick break here. And when we come back, some losers of the NBA weekend.
It is NBA Cup season. And FanDuel is your home for live betting. No Dunks is your home for respecting the cup. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Maybe that's why they got these long reviews at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Hop in there. You can even combine your live bets into a same game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because FanDuel is giving new customers 300 smackaroonies in bonus bets if your first 5 smackaroony bet wins. Dollars or smackaroonies. Just visit FanDuel.com to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Okay, we've done a whole bunch of NBA weekend winners. Let's do a few losers here. Who wants to get us started? Tass, let's go with you here.
I guess I'm a loser for mispronouncing Fina. I'm a Fina do it. I'm a Fina pronounce it correctly. Everybody calling me out. Listen, reading it, it's Fina.
Yes.
And I have, Fina is closer to finally, so it makes more sense that it'd be Fina. None of you calling me out because I really went hard to say Fina. Anyway, I have said Fina before. I don't know why I went with Fina. It's just funner to say, I think.
Thinking of Sharks?
Wait.
Fina is the right way to do it.
No, Fina's the right way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so I pronounced it correctly.
No, you said Fina.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way better. Fina, finally, anyway.
You're saying fine is more like finally.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I did? Weird. Anyway, the Los Angeles Clippers are definitely a loser. Things are getting dire. This team is 5-15.
Getting dire?
Well, it's
They've
getting
been
more dire.
dire.
Well, they lost at home to the Memphis Grizzlies. They lost at home to the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah. It's getting worse because you can see in James Harden and the way he's doing post-game interviews, it feels like the last interview he's doing with the Houston Rockets. It's a question and then an eye roll.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, he kept the words
Talent.
basically.
We got to play talent.
Essentially.
That's sort of what he said.
He's finna request a trade.
That's the talk. Yeah. We will definitely get into that tomorrow on Tuesday's show, where the Clippers ideally would go, where each one of those players ideally would go. Because if we're at 5-15 here, quarter way through the season, and things aren't looking good because they're just not deep offensively. I mean, versus the Grizzlies, their bench lost 47-15. We had 4 Grizzlies in double digits off the bench. Aldama, KCP, Cam Spencer, and Landale. And then versus the Mavs, same thing happened. Their bench lost 41-5. They have lost 13 of 15. So tomorrow we'll be talking about where Hart can go, where Kawhi can go. Zubats, would they trade that guy? I doubt it. But we'll go all the way down the roster because they don't have an answer. It's defense and it's offense. And when both of those things aren't working, Ty Lue is trying things. He's pulled Brook Lopez from the rotation. He's benched him recently, not playing at all. Chris Paul obviously doesn't look good. Bradley Beal is obviously gone for the season. So I don't know where the answer is. They're trying. They're young guys. Here comes Kobe Sanders. That ain't working. Offense and defense. So that's a problem. Very, very big problem.
5-15. The LA Clippers. I mean, preseason people had them in a tier, probably playoffs or at the very least a play-in sort of squad in the loaded West, but they are a tier down from that.
Yeah, they won 50 games last year and came in with a healthy Kawhi Leonard. I definitely thought they were going to be way better. I thought they were going to be better than the Lakers, and the Lakers look awesome. Meanwhile, it feels like everybody who was teetering on the edge of the cliff for the Clippers has completely fallen off. Lopez, Batum, Chris Paul, their old guys look incredibly old, so that's why they don't have any offense. They're getting nothing from their support players. You throw in Beal's injury, you throw in Bogdanovic's injury. Now the team suddenly looks very, very thin. They're playing 2 guys named Kobe, and neither of them can score. They've got a very predictable offense. It's like Harden's going to be in a pick and roll or an ISO. Kawhi's going to be in an ISO. Or they're going to post up Zubats. As soon as the play starts, within 3 seconds, you're like, here's how the play's going to end. And that's why they're able to be so easily defended. And then we've talked about a ton of times, if there's a turnover, easy basket on the other side because there's no athleticism with this team, especially with Derrick Jones Jr. out. I even think like Chris Dunn isn't as good on defense anymore. He's just getting lost off the ball all the time. You saw it so many times with Klay Thompson. The dude's spinning around picks. Like literally doing a spin move on defense. That doesn't work. And I don't know. They look bad. Suddenly they're a trade team. I went into last year's record because they started slow last year. So I was thinking, maybe they were struggling through the first 20 games and they put it together in the middle part of the season. That's what the Clippers have often done under Ty Lue. But no, they were 12-8 last year. So not great, but a competitive team. Sure. And right now it looks like if they get down, it looks impossible for them to dig their way out of a hole.
Yeah, offensive rating 114.0, so 22nd in the league. Defense is even worse. They rank 25th out of 30 teams on the defensive side. And yeah, Trey sort of speaks to what you were saying. Like, they play a very slow, methodical offensive game. I think they rank near the bottom in pace, which is not a surprise for a team that old and maybe the offensive players that they have. But it's just so weird to me that they were so great on the defensive end last year and if just the complete opposite from the top 5 to bottom 5. Now, there are some main pieces like Derrick Jones Jr. was an important part, but a lot of the guys are still there. So for that drop off is wild. And they're not hitting their over under of 49.5. I'll tell you that.
No, that was their 15-game win streak.
Yes, that's right. All right, so Clippers, a pretty obvious weekend loser. What about you, TK?
Oh, it's over. The Bulls are back. Under 500.
Oh, man.
Lost to the Hornets and the Pacers this weekend to end the month. You'll remember November 1st, the Bulls were 5-0, first place. It's December 1st, and they're 9-10, right back where we belong.
Wow.
10th place in the Eastern Conference. Just like that. Not getting as many text messages about Josh Giddey these days, huh? Defense completely falling apart. They're down to 22nd overall. It's 120 every single night. Somehow they held the Pacers to 103, probably because the Pacers are bad, but guess what? So are the Bulls. In the last 2 weeks, they've lost to the Jazz, Pelicans, Hornets, Pacers, and beat the Wizards by 1. If you lose to all the worst teams in the league, what does that make you? I don't know. FanDuel odds have flipped back -160 to miss the playoffs, so they're favored to miss the playoffs, but still favored to make the play-in. Their next 6 games, they got a chance to get back on track. Magic, Nets, Pacers, Warriors, Hornets, Pelicans, but this team feels like they're beat before the game starts. They gave up 14 straight to Jay Huff, all on wide open shots. He's not playing great this season. But after he makes the first 2, maybe step out, Gucci, baby.
Yeah.
They look completely confused. Booz Ellis isn't hardly doing anything right now. As soon as he makes a mistake, yank. And then they bring in a worse guy. So I don't really think there's much of a solution here. But, if you finish with the 10th best lottery odds, the NBA gives you the first pick. So
that's what you're hoping.
Things are looking up right now.
Interesting. I do remember when they were 5-0 and they were incredible. We talked a lot about them. You did point out maybe we're getting a little lucky when it comes to other teams shooting the ball because like they were, just missing for whatever reason. Teams are just missing against your Bulls, and maybe that's come back to the median a little bit more.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
They're like maybe 12th in 3-point percentage or something like that. So as long as they're not the worst, you can beat the Bulls because they're also going to give up layups. It's not just some 3-pointers that are happening. They got one guy on the entire roster that can play defense, and it's Okoro.
And he's out.
Yeah.
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 He's missed a few games.
Pretty easy to beat people off the dribble and then score inside. Though it did take an amazing shot from Siakam to
that was
beat the
crazy.
Bulls. That was a great
Two
shot.
guys draped all over him, timed it absolutely perfect.
He did.
That was a gorgeous game winner. Any thoughts on the Chicago Bulls?
Yeah.
Just back to where they belong.
I don't know how much Isaac Okoro really factors into the defense, but he's nice to have. So hopefully he comes back. I think he should be back soonish.
It doesn't matter. it really doesn't. Trade season is open.
Yeah.
Give me all those second-round picks. I'm not getting first-rounders anymore. I mean, come on, I was giving up a first-rounder for Vooch. Dude got lit up by Jay Huff. Maybe Kobe White, since he's on a small contract, could get a first-rounder.
And trade season is almost here.
Who wants him?
You going back to talking about Jalen Johnson, you did say Trae Young is going to be reevaluated in 2 weeks, I heard you say.
Yeah.
It takes us right to about that December 15th date.
Interesting.
I took note of it.
Interesting.
All right, those are Clippers, Bulls, losers of the weekend. I will give a loser of the weekend to the Cleveland Cavaliers. What's going on? I know the Hoop Collective is already wondering if we should panic about the Cavaliers because we are past the quarter mark of the season. They're 12-9. Cavaliers are in a play-in spot right now. They lost to Atlanta on Friday night, as we talked about, followed it up on Sunday with a 2-point loss to the Celtics, and they scrambled to sort of get back in that game, but they fell short. And this is a team like the Knicks that we thought, they're going to sort of run away with the Eastern Conference in terms of the regular season. We won't even have to worry about talking about the Cavs until the postseason, and then we'll see what they're made of. But they are struggling a lot, and you're getting quotes now from the locker room. Jalen Tyson is saying, I think we're in cruise control as a team. I think we're not hungry enough. What happened to us last year? It's a similar thing that's happening this year. We're getting ran out of the gym. We're getting beat on the glass. Toughness. It's on us to fix it. And then you got Mobley openly wondering if maybe this little frustration right now is a good thing and it forces some evolution because he had a good game against the Celtics, but a lot of eyes on him. Hey, man, we thought you were going to level up and you haven't. So, yeah, the Cavs here at 12-9. Any thoughts?
Jalen Tyson quotes. I mean, he's right. There's a lack of hunger there. I mean, they just don't have it. And I wonder if DeAndre Hunter will go to the bench as soon as Max Strus comes back because he's part of their rotation. He's part of their hunger, I would think. So I think that is a change that will happen when he comes back, but it is still going to be a while. So I mean, that's the answer, really.
Yeah, the Cavs are missing guys. I get that, but Mitchell's playing, Mobley's playing, Garland is back. And I know Jared Allen is important and some shooters in Maryland.
He's having a bad season.
I know, but yeah,
Allen's like
my point is I'm tired of hearing that. Like it's like okay, a lot of teams are missing guys, and you still have a good squad, so it is weird. You're 12-9.
You don't feel the Cavs at all.
No.
They are not a physically imposing team, even though they play 2 7-footers. Like I said, Allen is really struggling this season. The guy's like a 65% shooter for his career. He's down in the low 50s right now. I think he's way under 10 rebounds a game. We know Mobley's not a big rebounder. They're so dependent on making jump shots. They're one of the top 3 teams in the league in 3-point rate. That's fine. That's what they did last year, but they had a lot of guys who could shoot. Garland was playing the majority of the season. Mitchell was healthy for the majority of the season. Strus was there. They had Ty Jerome as a 50-40-90 guy coming off the bench. Lonzo hasn't been able to fill in for him. They don't really put pressure on the rim, so they got to be making 3-pointers, which is why they had the stat that I mentioned last week where it's like Donovan Mitchell has to score 35 for this team to win. He can do it sometimes, but he needs somebody else to come along with him because it doesn't feel like they have anything else that's reliable on the offensive end outside of jumpers. And then, like, defensively, they're just not a very athletic team. Like, Mobley's a really good, versatile defender. Allen helps out at the rim, but they don't have athletes on the wing. Like, I think that's why a team like the Raptors gave them so much trouble. They can just run it down their throats.
Right.
get the ball off the glass and turn defense into offense. And the Cavs don't really have a way to keep up with that. So if you're not athletic and you're not like taking it to the other team from a physicality standpoint, like a team like the Rockets does, what do you really have? They seem a little bit lost to me.
Yeah, and I think from last year to this year, a glaring difference too is Garland did play a lot last year, right? Played 75 games. He helped the Cavs have the number one offense in the league. I mean, Mobley was an all-NBA talent. They were the top seed, as we talked about. But this year, Garland has been like in and out of the lineup like 4 or 5 times already. Now he's back right now, but there's no reliability with him, unfortunately, because of injuries, and he's struggling. I think a part of it is coming back and being injured and coming back. Like, he's shooting 37%, Darius Garland, right now. Again, had a bit of a better weekend, I'll say, numbers-wise, so maybe that gets him going. But, yeah, no one expected 12-9 here, like a sort of an average Cavs team, despite the injuries even in this East with all of the injuries to top guys like Tatum and Halliburton.
Yeah, and with Garland out, you can understand why your offense might not be great, but there is no reason that their defense should drop off the way it is. It just shouldn't. Allen not being himself is a factor. There's no doubt. And I do think DeAndre Hunter will go to the bench ASAP. I know that prior to the season, I mentioned how Kenny Atkinson really endorsed DeAndre Hunter and what a great offense or what great offseason he had because his offense looked great and he's scoring fine. But I do think his lack of spacing that he provides hurts Evan Mobley. He should be out there shooting threes and he's not shooting them very well. His percentage is very bad in comparison to his 2-point shooting. You know, he's a 33% shooting 3-point shooter. And that's where Max Strus, I think, would help out a little bit. Just to stretch it out and to give the guys a little bit more space and just to increase that hunger level, which, yeah, there is something. Yeah, with Garland out, Allen not himself in that starting lineup.
Garland is kind of the key for this team because he sets up Allen and he sets up Mobley, and he's really good at getting into the paint and creating for others. He's their most creative playmaker and passer for sure. Like Mitchell, I think that's part of the reason he's taken so many threes this year too, is there's just a glut of people hanging out in the paint, and there's nobody to make plays for other people. So I think it is encouraging that Garland had a couple of good games over the weekend. They just need him to stay on the court for a month straight so they can actually start building some sort of a rhythm and figure out their rotations, letting him play as the number one guy alongside either Mobley or Allen, setting them up and letting them impose themselves.
I do remember Kenny Atkinson saying, like, earlier on, and they didn't come out of the gate like super hot. He's like, you know, give it a quarter of the season, give it 25 games until you really make an assessment of our team. Well, we're basically there. We're coming up on that sort of this week or the next. So we'll see if are they a team potentially in sort of trade talks and moving one of their bigs, like probably would be like Allen. I don't think we'll get to the Garland and Mitchell split up yet that we talked about prior to the awesome year last year, but maybe the Jared Allen, he's been bad when he's playing, and he's going to miss, I think, still another week or something with a fingy. He's got a banged up fingy, I think.
Yeah, I think didn't it just happen?
Yeah, just happened. He's going to miss a week, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, when Garland plays, they're 4-3 this season, so you can look at that and say, okay, when he plays, we're a lot better, and that's totally true. But they have lost that camaraderie. That's what Michael Jordan talked about when he was interviewed by Mike Tirico. We just need to play together. And that's a part of it. There's no doubt. Garland is their best playmaker. As good as Donovan Mitchell is, he gets in there and makes things happen. And unfortunately, Mobley hasn't been the guy to just turn it on and create for himself. To have a go-to, put it on the floor, spin move, it ain't there yet. Even though he's putting up the numbers and he's good defensively. Yeah, they've lost their charisma. This ain't the same Cavs team.
All right, those are our winners and losers of the weekend. Let's hear who we missed. Let us know in the YouTube comments. Whoa boy of the night, unsullied by sponsorship since Wednesday. So many great nominees for Whoa Boy Fantasy Line of the Night. We've mentioned a lot of them when we've been talking about winners. Zach Edey, 32 points, 17 boards, 5 blocks. Huge. The Lakers duo of Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. These guys are on fire. They both had monster games on Sunday. Maxey, Jalen Johnson, Peyton Pritchard all scored over 40. But the Whoa Boy in a loss, doesn't matter, goes to Denny Avdia, who recorded his 4th career triple-double, racking up game highs of 31 points, 19 rebounds, 10 assists in the Blazers' loss to OKC. Now, he shot just 6 of 14 from the field. He hit a lot of free throws. 19 of 23 at the free throw line.
He's a free throw guy.
Oh, yeah. He likes to barrel into guys. And he was getting the whistle. He was getting the superstar whistle, I thought. That was a bit of an unwatchable game. Thunder Blazers, there was a lot of whistles. But he had 1 steal, only 1 turnover in 37 minutes. So, Denny Avdia getting whoa, boy. There was, like I said, a lot of guys to pick from, like 5 or 6 guys from Sunday.
He's had 4 triple-doubles now in his career. They've all been 30-point games.
Oh, interesting.
Only the second player in NBA history to score 30-plus points in each of his first 4 career triple-doubles. I mean, that's a lot of boards. Who's the other one? Oh, a 30-point.
Oh, you don't have it?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I just
the
have
first
ESPN
4.
stats.
Like Luka, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. That's a
Maybe.
weird one.
That's a weird one. That's weird to see Denny doing it. I mean, as good as he is. He's a driver, and the ball is in his hands, and he's driving, and they tried to knock off OKC. It is weird to see OKC in a clutch game. It's just strange. Then Shea takes over.
Shea just takes over.
Yeah,
like he went like 4 or 5, had an assist inside, beautiful pass to Chet Holmgren underneath. Just completely took over the game. Not a lot of free throws either in the clutch for him. He was getting to his spot, getting his jumper.
Yes.
They play some fun games, the Blazers.
Yeah, they do.
How many games do you think Shea has not been the leader in free throw attempts? It's got to be in like the last 3 years since he's been MVP level.
Yeah,
I bet it's less than 5.
Wow, less than 5.
I mean, he takes a ton of free throws.
Yeah,
every night.
but
he took 12 last night. That's the most on any team in almost any other game. I would have to imagine.
True.
We'll have to ask ESPN Stats and Info after they pull that one about the 30-point triple doubles first.
Yeah,
Probably Wilt Chamberlain.
I
Probably
guess
is.
it just probably is. Yeah, I'd go with that. Another stat about Shea: he scores more than half of their clutch points, which isn't surprising when you say it like that when it's Shea. But that's not been done. I think Tom Haberstroh threw this out there, but that's not done rarely at all. That a team has a guy score over 50% of their clutch points.
Huge, yeah.
That's a big number.
Are you telling me he's going to win Clutch Player of the Year? Probably.
Now that they're
Could
playing
be.
more of them.
Yeah.
Could be.
All right, pick 'em tonight. We're all 0-0 again for the month of December. We got to figure out what we're putting on the line. What are we going to be paying off? If you have a suggestion, let us know in the comments as we figure out who will be doing what at the end of the month, whoever's in last place. But we're 0-0 tonight. Where are we going?
We're going to Denver. Denver hosting Dallas, and they are a 10.5-point favorite. Seems like a bit of a big line. That's guys who are into every single night in the NBA. Dallas is playing better, so that's why it's a little surprising. When you zoom out, a lot of people who are betting will just say, well, if the Nuggets are a way better team, that makes sense. But they do kind of play down to their competition a little bit, and that's why I took the Mavs. Skeets, you're in the same boat.
Yeah, I think they can lose by 10 or less. Could be one of these classic backdoor covers even here tonight.
But it is Jokic versus Anthony Davis. Jokic owns AD.
Yeah,
so maybe he has a giant performance.
Yeah.
But they're lacking a couple starters, obviously. So that is a problem for them. But
A couple very important defensive starters, in AG and Brown. So. Okay, so you got the Nuggets winning by a lot still.
Yeah, I mean, the line is so big, it makes you wonder, is Anthony Davis going to play? He didn't play on Saturday against the Clippers, second night of a back-to-back, but had a day off. I don't know. This is maybe too big of a line.
Who knows, man?
Let's see.
Who knows? All
Let's
right.
see.
Trey's got the Nuggets. They got to win by 11 or more. We need a closer game, and we'll get off to a good start here, hopefully, in December. What else we got tonight? Hawks Pistons at 7 o'clock. It's a good sounding game in Detroit. Clippers Heat. That's the Norman Powell revenge game. And what will Norm go for? Bulls Magic is on Peacock. TK, your team at the perfect time, is on Peacock.
Hopefully, Vooch gets a video tribute.
Like years later.
Yeah, he deserves it, man. Second all-time leading scorer in Magic history.
yeah.
And then
This weekend, we had a DeAndre Hunter, we had a Duncan Robinson, and a Kevon Looney tribute videos.
wow.
Kevon Looney definitely should get one. This is a 3-time champ.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other two.
The other two, I mean, everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
Be it
Suns Lakers is the second game
That's
on
nice.
Peacock tonight. That's right. That's at 10 o'clock. Suns have a very, very difficult stretch. They are playing the best teams in the Western Conference. Now, they got off to a great start. They've been competitive even in some of the losses to some of the other good teams, but that's going to be a tough one there. But hopefully a good one on the CAC. All right, before we go, it's Cyber Monday today.
Hey, cool.
Yeah, I tell you that because Breaking Tea, who obviously help us with our t-shirts, go to nodunks.com to see all of our No Dunks merch. 20% off all No Dunks items today. Again, at nodunks.com by way of Breaking Tea. Use the code Cyber Monday. All one word, Cyber Monday. And you'll get 20% off. So if you've been thinking about picking up something from the No Dunk store, maybe a holiday gift, with that right around the corner now, I would go purchase something today and use that discount.
I'm finna order something.
Did you order anything for Black Friday or maybe Cyber Monday already?
I ordered a sander.
Wow.
Yeah,
What are you sanding, my man?
the Lakers Cup court. I thought of that joke like an hour ago. I can't believe I remembered it.
Cool.
Yeah, they need some grips.
Yeah. You did you buy anything? My man? What the hell was
The
that?
Lakers Cup
Sorry.
court.
Yeah.
That was you. Oh.
I need. Yeah. I just needed to hear Finna.
Do it again.
What does it sound like?
Finna. And you
Still
said
can't believe it.
You said
I said it all. I said it all.
Well, that's what happens when you got a goatee, man. A little discombobulated.
Sure.
That's what happens when you look exactly the same.
When your cheeks are bare?
All right, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, I'm missing hair on my face. Jalen Brown is missing hair on his head. I thought a loser of the weekend had to be Jalen Brown because after Minnesota, Boston, game over, Rudy Gobert goes and shakes his hand and like points at his head and was talking about his hairline. You got Rudy Gobert noting something like that.
He was saying shave it, was he not? Like, look at me. Like, because he's chrome dome now.
Probably, yeah.
Rudy, no hair.
This guy's on fire. Brace a day, people.
Go Bear, like my head.